create the you tell it to create the questions, it automatically creates the Google form for you. You don't have to create your own Google form. It does it all for you. So it's not like you used to. Our NTI work we have now, we had to create the Google forms ourselves. We had to type it all in and do it. This does it all for you. You say make a Google form. There it is. There's your reading. It adds your reading sample on there. It does your questions. Everything's there for you. It does it automatically. And so it really does take all of that time out that we're spending doing stuff that we just don't have time for. Okay. And so, but my favorite thing in there is the text part, is that I can make this successful for any kid I have in class. Okay. How many times have you seen kids try to read stuff and they're like, I can't read this because they just don't have the skills. Okay. Now, I don't know how they got to me without having the skills, but they did. Okay. I can't be the judge of that. I just know they got to 8th grade music and they can read on a 1st grade level. That's where they are when they come to me. So that's what I have to work with. And so I can go in here and say, I need this on a 1st grade level. I need you to do a worksheet about Beethoven, but I need it to be on a 1st grade level. And I need the questions to be on a 1st grade level, and it'll do that for me. Okay. But in the same class period, I might have a gifted and talented student that reads on a high school level. And I can say that I also want this on an 8th grade level on level reading assignment. And it's going to do the same assignment, but on different levels, so all your kids are successful.
And I will say too, those of you who've been in the grants for a while, KEDC got us all DIFIT, and it does a similar thing. And the difference in what you can do with that on DIFIT, you're not looking at changing as much of the stuff as you can change with it on Magic School. On DIFIT, you're looking at, is it a long, a medium, or a short passage? On Magic School, you're looking at what grade level are the words on. And so you kind of just have to look at which one is going to benefit you for what you're trying to accomplish at that
time. Meredith, you all ask about, do we struggle to get kids to actually do? Not anymore, because my kids know if they don't do, guess what we're doing when I come back? We're not going to do the fun stuff. We're going to do that, because you're going to get it done one way or the other. And so they know if they do it while I'm gone, that when we come back, we're doing fun stuff. We're right out of the gate doing what they like to do, that the sub assignment's over. But if they don't get it done, then we come back and we do the fun. We do the boring stuff again.
I'll also say with that, I will typically leave for my sub, like, hey, I put this in Google Classroom if you want them to do it on their Chromebook. But if you'd rather them do it on paper, here's a paper copy. And I'll leave that as an option for the sub, because some subs hate monitoring Chromebooks. Some subs would much rather deal with that than touch paper. And so I kind of leave it as a either or for the sub to decide rather than the kid. Because we all know they're, especially teaching middle school, they're 12, they're going to sneak and play games instead of doing their work. So if you don't have somebody that's willing to actively monitor that, I'd rather them do it on paper.
Devin just asked, does it translate? Right here, text translator. Take any text and translate it into any language instantly. Okay. Another thing that a teacher came to me and told me the other day, we all have to grade in our building. We all have to grade on-demand writing. Do you all love that like we do? They give us like 10 or 15 on-demand writing samples from kids and say, here, you have to grade that for us. Oh, great. Thanks. That makes my day. Well,
with my music
degree, I get to grade your on-demand writing. Are you going to grade my stuff when I send it up to you? No, but that's a whole different thing. But on here, that teacher has created his own writing feedback thing, so I don't have to grade his writing. He puts the kids' writing in here, and based on the areas that he has it grading, it grades the on-demand for him and gives them a score. Okay? Phenomenal. Thank you for making my life easier. Okay. Like I said, you can do a summarizer. Let's say you've got this big long text and you need a summary of it for your kids. You just copy and paste it in here and it creates the summary of whatever size or whatever length you want. Okay. The other day when I did the program notes, I went to informational text and I told it I wanted a paragraph about this song. I didn't have to go look that up. It typed it out for me. I told it kind of what level I wanted it on. And there was my program notes. Um, there are so many things, and if you start looking at this list, you're just going to keep looking at the list because there's so many things you can do. It has made life so much easier for me. Um, Even when you get down here to the easy stuff, thank you notes, letters of recommendation. If you're like us, I get like 20 kids that says, "Can you fill out my Roger Scholar recommendation? Can you fill out this?" Why, yes, I can. There it is, right there. It does it for me. I put in the criteria that I want it to know about the kid, and it writes the letter. SEL lesson plans, syllabus generator. It gives you exemplar works and non-exemplar works if you're looking for examples of things. Games. I love this Jeopardy review game. You can create your own Jeopardy review game really easy, much easier than it used to be to create a Jeopardy review game. It's got team building and icebreaker things. Um,
It goes on and on.
On and on. Teacher jokes. You need some good jokes. Need some good material, new material. You can look up teacher jokes. But my favorite thing that it does for me is the text leveler uh, and helping my kids be successful.
Why don't you show them
Let me show you how that works. Okay, I'm going to go and find some text. And I'm just going to just go find random Wikipedia just to make this easier. So I'm going to take this Wikipedia article. And I'm going to paste it in here. And I want it on I'm going to go to a third grade because we all know the newspaper is written on a third grade level, right? Sometimes we get that much. And then I'm going to say I want this on a third grade level. And so now, what I used to say, all this stuff that kids aren't going to know the meaning of is put into their own level. And that article is right there now. So all the information that was in all of that stuff, we see right here. Okay, it can read it to us. We can make it read aloud. There's other things you can do. If you have the paid version, which you can upgrade to the paid version, you can go right here and make your questions for you. If not, you just take this information to the other thing and it'll make questions based on this text. Okay, so let's do that. Let's say I'm going to take this text now and I want to go make questions based on this. Okay, so I've put it on third grade. I want 5 questions. There's my text. So now there's my assessment for that reading sample. Okay.
How do you make it?
You can edit that if you want to. You can do different things if you want to. You can go back and redo it if you want to. And so it just makes it. How much time would that have taken us to do that ourselves, right? And we did it in like 10 seconds. Okay.
How do you turn that into a Google form?
If I want to turn that into a Google form, give me just a minute. I'm going to go back here. Sorry, the desktop has changed some since I started using it, so I'm still getting used to where they've placed some things now. So just give me a minute. Or I could just do this. I think that's it. See, it used to be right there with it, and now it's changed. So give me just a minute. Seriously, it used to be right there.
Do worksheet generator.
Is it worksheet generator and then you have the choice to make a Google form?
Yeah, I think that may be it. See, it used to be two different things.
Yeah.
And then at the bottom, it'll ask you, you can put it in a Google form. There we go.
Yeah, this is the one that we will leave a lot of times as we're going on field trips or whatever, because it's got a lot of open-ended stuff.
That still doesn't have
Click actions.
what it used to have.
We literally did this like last week. Not last week, the week before Christmas.
Yeah. It's in a different place now because
I
you
was
used to
playing
go
around with it and I could not find how to turn it into anything Google. So I thought, well, I'll just ask you all and
Yeah, it
see.
does.
It does
give me a minute.
somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll figure it out for you.
All right. Thanks.
Because I mean, I did it. Yeah, like I said, I did it, and now they've changed the look of the screen.
I will also say that for those of you who have used Diffit, there is a button on there that it will automatically create the Google form for you as well.
Does it too.
So again, it's just depending on what kind of tool you need for what you're trying to accomplish.
Now, if you've never used Diffit, Diffit is pretty much just a reading comprehension questions kind of thing. You can't do everything like you do on Magic School. It just pretty much is the reading part on there. And you can get a free account, but if you're not in KUDC, you have to pay for that account. And so it does get a little expensive on there. This does have a lot more than Diffit does. But I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out for you. But that's how you use the text leveler to do that. Let's look at the rubric generator. That's the other thing that I've used quite a bit that I like to use for class. And so somebody give me, let's say we're going to do a 6th grade level, and we're going to do it on a 4-point scale. And what standard or objective do we want to use? Anybody got an idea? Mr. Shannon, what standard do you want to?
I can perform Yankee Doodle on the steel drum.
And so now when the kids are performing Yankee Doodle on the steel drum, they know to get whatever points, that's what they have to do. And that was like easy, okay? Whereas we used to spend lots of times figuring out all this stuff. If it's a music thing, it knows what we're looking for. If it would be a writing thing, it would know what we were looking for in writing because of a writing rubric. It just kind of takes the words from what you do.
As with anything, though, it's important to note that when you're using AI, you need to read everything that you have before you send it to your students, because AI is still AI, and there's not a human element to make sure that it doesn't say something stupid about Skibbity Riz toilets. Okay.
Now, I say this, special ed teachers, you can do IEP generators. I've not done that because I'm not a special ed teacher. I did ask one of my special ed teachers if they had used it before, and they said yes, and it did make their life much easier. Because instead of having to go type everything out, you might just have to go in and change some things, but it'll do that. Like I said, it also does a 504 plan. I like this too. You can get a YouTube video summarizer. It'll summarize a video of a YouTube video. You'll unpack your standards. Like I said, you could spend every moment on here for the rest of the day and not get through all this stuff. Okay.
Do you
It
know if
just,
there's a progress monitoring tool for IEP goals, like maybe similar to that rubric?
I don't know. Let's see.
You could use that for your progress monitoring still, though,
Yeah.
Dave. You could
And
just
create
make a
your own
rubric
rubric.
for whatever. Like I have one for writing for like complete sentences, so like a capital letter, spaces, and punctuation at the end. And I made a rubric with it with that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I didn't know if there was one specific to progress monitoring that it maybe created those um, graphs and charts and all the things that we use.
And things that, like, if you do a quote of the day, I know lots of teachers do a quote of the day on the board. Okay. Um, there's just lots of little things in here to make life a lot easier. It's kind of like a hub. They put everything that we can use together in one spot and made it neat. Class newsletter.
For you, if you teach students who would benefit from like social stories to teach behaviors, there's a social story tool in there, and you can tell it what behavior you're trying to teach, and it'll write a story for you for that behavior.
Yeah.
I know that's a lot in the like MSD and FMD kind of setting, but
for high school, they now have SAT math practice that they can go work on their SAT math. Survey creator, we're always looking for ways to do that. Classroom management ideas, support goals, SMART goals. Everybody's wanting us to make SMART goals. Well, here you go. We'll do it. We'll do it now. But there's there's so many things that make our lives easier as teachers. And like I said, the one for me was the reading, just making sure all my kids were successful. Because a lot of times we get into that, okay, I've got to find something that every kid can do. And then we spend all kinds of time trying to find what every kid can do in our classes. Now we don't have to do that. We can use our time to teach because it's here for us. Project-based learning ideas, I've not got in there and looked at that, but I'm sure it's great too. I know we're doing a lot of project-based learning. So it's a wonderful thing to do. I already showed you the music stuff. I love that song generator. We used that this year. My kids went in there because I just wanted to teach them something different. And I showed them that, and we created a song, and then we put it in Suno and created the words. And then we used it in Soundtrap as part of our podcast that we use. So we put everything that we use together to create something. And so, but what I thought we could do now is give you a little time just to kind of look around, see what you could use, and answer some questions. So if you have questions,
or if you find something cool that you think everybody needs to know about,
if you find something cool, exactly, put it in the chat or come up and tell us about it, and we'll all go look at it if it's something that can change our lives. So
again, we're both just into
I went in there just searching farther about the Google form and asked it to make some specific tools that it suggested for me. And it just said multiple choice assessment, which I went and made. And it said, which is perfect for creating a Google form. So maybe they have removed being able to turn it into a Google form. But it did make it for me. And then you can go back to what I've done before, copy and paste your multiple choice questions into there. But that's still time you're trying to save that it generates the Google form. You think you could take the text and put it in Diffit and then, I mean, I usually just go with the research text that Diffit gives us, but can we take and copy and paste our own text in there? We can, can't we?
Oh yeah, Diffit. Yeah, you can in Diffit. I've done that. But like I said, the reason I like this is because in Diffit, you can do a short, medium, or long passage. But in here, you can do grade level specific passages. And so you could take that and put it in there and do it. You could do that, sure.
Yeah, Jeremy, you're going to have to find out where the Google form creator has gone, definitely.
I will find out because, yeah, it's in a different place than it used to be.
Well, Brandy said she thinks you have to upgrade now to export it to a Google form.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Yeah, because my export button is not, I can't use it.
They're probably having to pay Google to do something, so
I don't have the option to export, so that's probably true.
Yeah, it might be because I just watched a quick video on it just to see, and when I went to the multiple choice generator and clicked on export, it did show an option to go to Google Forms in the center and the mid at the bottom, but it could be because I have a new account.
Right. I wonder how much it is let's see. $8.33 a month. Yeah. One click exports to popular services like Google and Microsoft. So yeah. So $100 a year, and you can do that. You can do that's another thing they used to have where you could do student rooms. Now that's on the paid version. Yeah. But still not bad.
I appreciate this session because I do find chat or Magic School very overwhelming. You need time to sit down to explore and even to go through their tutorials. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
I'll start looking for the thing I specifically need, and after about 3 tries and I can't find it, I'm like, I'll just go do it this way. So I need to definitely
like I said, I started with 3 things that I knew I would use. And so I knew I would use the text leveler. I read about it. I knew I would use rubrics, and I knew I would use the song generator. So that's what I spent my time on. I learned to use those 3 things, and that made my life easier. And then I added something else to it, and I just kept adding until I felt comfortable with, I don't really see anything else right now that I need. Okay. And so, but you just keep adding as you go. I did see this one, the custom chat bot. You can interact with it based on criteria that you choose. Be something your kids might find fun. Different things, you can do. I do like the team builders, icebreaker kind of things. Those are pretty neat. There's some good ideas in there for things that I do here at school. And so just any little thing that makes your life easier is worth it. That's what I have found. And like I said, once you find something that you're good at, bring it up and put it in your favorites. Yes. So you know where it's at. It's there. You don't have to go looking for it again. The image generator, I used that a couple of times to find something. I needed something for something else. It wasn't even for school. It was for church. So I went to image generator and I created a new image. Okay. And so it'll let you generate images, or you can do different things with it.
I have a question, and maybe it kind of relates to the image generator. So I just created a social story about like showing respect in class on a 2nd grade level. If I wanted to create someone of like a book for that, to something to print off with pictures that kind of go with each line or paragraph, can I do that in Magic School, or is that something?
I did read when I was looking up some training stuff that you can use the image generator to do that. Okay. I also read where somebody said they are going to create a book generator.
Oh.
That you could generate the picture and then write what you wanted underneath the picture. So you could create your own little book.
Okay. So you could almost have that social story and kind of like copy paste that to the side.
Right.
Create your book and then just add in.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I don't think they've got that yet, but I did read where that is something they are working on. That's just like a storybook kind of thing, and you could use that for that. I don't think they've got that yet. Let me see.
I haven't seen it on there.
I tell you, somebody else who's good at this, and I haven't seen him today. Papaw is really good at this. If you don't know who Papaw is, Jonathan is really good at Magic School, and so I can ask him about that too. But I have used the image generator because I did kind of the same thing. I needed a picture for a flyer, and so I got the image and I downloaded it and put it on my flyer and then put the information underneath. And so you could always do that. Okay. But it's a pretty good image generator. I like it too. And actually I was working in Canva, and I didn't like any of the images I found. So I came here, found the image, uploaded it to Canva, and then put it in my flyer on Canva. So
Perfect. Thank you. This has been a great session.
you're welcome.
King Cole with the report card comments. Woo! Gifted and talented reports. That's awesome.
I mean, it's really, I'm telling you, it changes your life once you. And I mean, I hate that we're spending on artificial intelligence to change our life, but I'll take any help I can get. Okay.
Streamline. That's what
Streamline
we're all about
all of
around
it.
here.
I mean, if I can write somebody an email by clicking this button right here, I'll do it. Professional emails.
Well,
It's
and I
got
think Tony put in the chat the I can statements. I think back to 10 years ago when the admin would walk in your room, right? And that was on their evaluation sheet. And, you know, to be able to quickly be able to pull that up.
And if you look, there's teacher observations on here too. So if you are in the admin area, you can write up teacher observations and generate those. I know here at our school, we don't get to, because like I said, we don't have a planning period during the day. So we can't go observe other teachers, but they do teacher observations. And so you could come in here and put your teacher observation stuff and send that to the teacher you observed instead of having to type it all up on your own. You put your main things right there and it creates the form for you. So just lots of great things. Anything else?
Are all of the illustration tools, is that all in that Adobe tab?
I'm not sure. I know that
all of that there, or is there other tabs?
That's the only picture thing I've seen is that picture creator. That's the only one I've seen. I just now noticed this: coaching plan for a sport. Okay. Clear directions. Make your directions so clear nobody can mess them up. Robin, that's the only one I've seen for that is that Adobe is the image generator. But I know in there you can also upload your own image and do some changes to it. You can either go in here. I've done it. Let's see. I don't know if I've done this one. Like I told it what I wanted, and it gave me all these samples of what I wanted, and I could pick the one I wanted. Or I uploaded an image, and after I uploaded that image, I could do some manipulation to the image I uploaded. So there's several different things you can do in there. And so I would go play around with it some because there's all kinds of different stuff.
I just actually copied and pasted the whole play that I just wrote in Chat GPT and put it in there. And it all fit, and it generated 4 images. And I didn't like the images, but I haven't had time to read the play. So I could take and then put in my own descriptions and do just one image at a time. You know, I mean, I could slow down and do that, but I just did that to try it.
Right. But you can see how much it can help your life be a lot easier. YouTube questions, video questions goes along with videos. That's an awesome thing too. I did look at that just to come up, you know, instead of having to try to come up with your own questions, you can put in the video.
Have you used it?
I have not used it in class. I've gone in just to look at it. And so you can put,
I was trying it a minute ago.
Oh, Zach was trying it just a minute ago. You can get the transcript of the video that you've looked at and put it in there and then tell it how many questions you want. And it will create the questions for you based on the transcript of the video. And if you don't know how to get a transcript, there it is. And so you can tell it multiple choice, free response, true or false, how many you want, what grade level, and then you put in your transcript of the video and it'll generate your questions. Instead of you having to go watch the video, make them yourself, pay attention that much and go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth watching. It's just you just put the transcript there. Anybody else?
Have you used the AI resistant assignments at all, or anybody use that? Because I've ran into a problem with my kids using the AI for any type of writing assignment that I give, and I'm an English teacher, so they kind of have to write.
Neither of us, like when we teach anything that's writing, it's either writing a poem about yourself or like writing a song lyric. And so if they use AI for that, we don't really care that much, to be honest. So we've not really explored anything like that on here because it just doesn't, it's not really applicable to what we're doing. But
higher order thinking. I did see Amber. I saw on here just a minute ago. Let me see.
There's a DOK question generator.
Yes, that's what I saw, the DOK question generator. I just can't remember where I saw it. And like I said, that's not something we do a lot of, so I've not used it. Now, I will tell you too, if you want to learn more about this, really easy, you can do the Magic School trainings. You can sign up for free. There's free certification courses to do that. There's all kinds of stuff you can do on there. And you can become a Magic School pioneer. I'm an AI pioneer right now because I've done all the trainings and I've looked through everything. And so now it's okay, what more can you help us do? What more can we do for you? And so they kind of, to get you to give them some ideas of what more they can do to help teachers. And so, but the trainings are really good. I enjoyed them. Like I said, they do have professional development stuff. It's been a life changer, just the time that I have. And like I said, where we don't have a planning during the day, sometimes I have to do things really fast. And so this allows me, if I need something extra, I can come and sit down and go, I need this. And even if I print it out, it's done in 20 seconds and I can print it out and I'm done. And so that allows that opportunity to do that in the middle of the day when I wouldn't have time to do it if I had to do it on my own. So, but I hope this helps. I hope it opens up some ideas for you and encourage you to spend some time. I think it'll be a game changer for anybody that uses it. Like I said, find the things you'll use it for. Don't try to get inundated with all the stuff. Find things that you do already and see if this can help take the place of that.
Pick 2 or 3 things and experiment with those until you're comfortable using them, and then add something else to the arsenal.
Yep. But thank you all. We've enjoyed it. We've enjoyed preparing for it and enjoyed being on here today.
Oh my goodness. I have so loved being able that they gave me this session with no longer Jeremy, King Cole and Zach. My only request was when you did the song generator that you for Mr. Parsons is that it had in the link "go home" somewhere, some way as its catchphrase. But I'm going to revise my statement. This is Magic School Bus action with Magic School. I mean, with all that it's offered. And so we thank you all so much for a dynamic chat for not just this session, but the previous 2 sessions, if you were with us. I posted the evaluation link. Please, please, please give a wonderful, like if you feel compelled to do so, make certain we tag King Cole and Zag. And I thought they did a fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And as I mentioned before in the beginning of this chat, you can feel the warmth, the love for the profession, their students, and making certain that we protect the time that's so possible. So with that said, everybody have a blessed day. Y'all have a blessed day so much.
Thank you. Thank you. You'll have a great day.
Great job, guys. Proud of you.
Thanks, Tony. Have a good day.
Amber, thanks for hanging out with us for 3 hours.
Oh my goodness, I really did enjoy it. In fact, I got like, thank goodness. Let me end the pause here.